news tonight. The political crisis continues to escalate in Venezuela, with the death toll reportedly at 17 people after 6 days of nationwide blackouts. And tonight, there's a new order to get Americans out of the country safely as the two sides fight over who's responsible for the massive power outage. Venezuelans are using buckets and trash bins to collect water from a drain pipe that feeds a polluted river. 6 days of blackouts have left them with no water in their homes. Shops in cities like Maracaibo and Caracas are being looted, and hospitals are turning away patients, or even worse, performing life-and-death emergency procedures under generator power or flashlight. Secretary of State Mike Pompeo blames the government of Nicolas Maduro.
With respect to the power outages, those are a direct result of years and years of neglect to the Venezuelan energy system.
Pompeo also blames Cuba for Venezuela's problems.
The Maduro regime sends up to 50,000 barrels of oil to Cuba per day. And Cuba needs this cheap Venezuelan energy to prop up its tottering socialist economy, while Maduro needs Cuban expertise in repression to keep his grip on power. That's a match made in hell.
For his part, Maduro says the outage was the result of a cyber attack by the United States, but has provided no evidence. On Tuesday, Venezuela's top prosecutor blamed the outage on opposition leader Juan Guaido and his followers. Guaido heads the National Assembly and was recognized by the U.S. and 50 other countries as interim president.
We asked the Supreme Court of Justice to place certain precautionary measures upon this citizen, Juan Guaido, opposition leader, in a public manner for disrespect, mocking the system of justice of Venezuela, mocking the Venezuelan democratic institutions.
Entering what's been nearly a full week of blackouts, Guaido is calling for protests. Opposition groups insist an estimated 17 people have died due to lack of medical care like dialysis. Well, yesterday, Guaido addressed the country's National Assembly, asking it to declare a state of emergency. He also asked to stop delivering Venezuelan oil to Cuba.
CNN's Patrick Ottman is live now in Caracas for us. Patrick, good to see you. And it's obviously a very volatile, intense time there in Venezuela. What's today been like for you?
Well, there are protests going on right below me on the street, where some of the opposition supporters have blocked off a road. Not too many, perhaps 20 people. They block off the road for a little while and then let the cars pass. And this is a protest that Juan Guaido called starting today at about 3 p.m. to once again for Venezuelans to voice their outrage that the power for many, many people continues to be cut off. We are now well past 100 hours of this power crisis. And although power has returned to many people, there are millions of people perhaps that have not had power since last week. That means you don't have water, and it's very hard right now to fill up your car because so few stations have generators, so few markets have generators, so food is spoiling. It's hard to get water for people, so you've seen people out of desperation get water out of polluted rivers, out of sewer pipes. Yesterday I was in the hills outside of Caracas where there's a natural spring, and there must have been 300 or 400 people lining up for hours, 2 or 3 hours, just to fill up buckets and gas cans with water. You can really see that this has taken a toll on so many people, and there's no end in sight.
You certainly can see it. Patrick, the Maduro government has blamed the United States, and today we heard the prosecutor there blame Juan Guaido for these outages. Have they presented any evidence that you've seen?
No hard evidence. And Nicolas Maduro was on Venezuelan state TV last night for the first time really since this crisis. He addressed the people here, and he blamed it all on the U.S., saying that it was both a cyber attack and that the U.S. had electromagnetic weapons. He didn't show any pictures. It doesn't appear clear if any of these weapons were recovered. But when you talk to people who know the Venezuelan power system from the inside, they say it is an aging system, and there have been blackouts over the years. So there have been parts of Venezuela where there have been blackouts now for going on for several years, where you might only get power 12 hours a day. So blackouts are nothing new here. Power outages are nothing new here. People are very accustomed to it. They've never had a power outage that has lasted this long. It has really been unprecedented, and it has brought this country to its knees. People are just desperate to try and get gasoline, to get help, and to just get through this. That's why you haven't seen people in the street so far so much, because they have been trying just to feed their families.
All right, Patrick Ottman, stay safe in Caracas. Thank you for joining us.
Yeah, Patrick, thank you very much. We have some new